Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Return of the Kings, the Los Angeles 1988 save here for Franchise Hockey Manager 9. And tonight we're going to be playing the Bruins. Really good team here. Reggie Lemelin is their goalie. Ray Borque is their star player. They have lots of talents. Lots of their players are on fire. And I went ahead and made the trade that I talked about at the end of the last episode. It's going to be a 19 playmaker on our second line. Is it Crossman? No, what is his name? Ronning. Cliff Ronning has been added to the roster. So we got him from the Blues, and he's going to be playing for us now. So let's go ahead with the match. By the way, if you haven't looked at the Steam Workshop for Franchise Hockey Manager 9, there's a logo mod that's been added. There's a historical face gen mod that's been added. I'm using both of those for this save. So the portrait should be a little bit improved than the regular version, as the star players are coming onto the ice. Boston 1-2. LA Kings 1-1. Boston represented by the white squares tonight, as Ray Borque recovers the puck in the face-off against Gretzky. The unstoppable force versus the immovable object. But don't think that Boston is only a defensive team. They can score. Gretzky against Linsman. As Dino gets the puck. Moving up the ice, the first line. Luke, Gretzky, and Dino. Dino's holding it. He's passing it over to Luke, who passes it to Gretzky. 3 takes a long shot. And Nichols and Janney are facing off as Boston gets their own play going here. Very structured formation. As 92 and 24 takes a shot from the line. 4 is also taking another shot. Very dangerous. As John Tonelli gets a puck and number 9 knocks it in. Lifted his stick up and Tonelli passed it right away. As Nichols hammers it in for a goal tonight. Absolutely textbook play. It's how you draw it up. It was executed perfectly as Gretzky, once again, taking the puck by himself against the line, takes a shot. Blocked by Lamelin. Boston down 1-0 in 3 minutes. But Boston gets their own offense going, driving up across all sides of the goal, but that's broken up. Graton pressured and loses it. As a weird line change from the Kings. Bad timing, but McSorley gets in there. Saved by Healy. Passes it to Kennedy. And looks like the third line of the Kings is out right now. Loses the puck here. Certainly a severe drop-off in quality after the second line for the Kings. But McSorley's out there. Boston not afraid to take him on as Gretzky and Linsman once again face off. And the first line of the Kings are back on the ice. Very dangerous as they lose possession right in front of their goal. Healy makes a great save as Luke is called offsides. A rare penalty for Luke Robitaille. Usually much cleaner than that. He has a pass. Passes it to Dino. Dino takes a shot. Great save by Boston with the blocker. 51 has the puck as Tonelli recovers it. Passes it to Nichols again, who already has a goal. 1-on-1. Trying to move around the goalie, but he doesn't fall for it. Save and a deflection and a shot. And it's a goal. Cliff Ronning already, who just signed last night with the Kings, is already making his presence felt, and Lemelin is struggling out there in the net right now. He's made some great saves, but the Kings' offense looking absolutely perfect right now, as everything's going their way, but Boston is storming the net. Healy with another great save. Boston going berserk right now, shooting everything they have. Once again, charging the net, surrounding it with white jerseys. The Kings have made it an emphasis to clear the crease this year, but it's still getting crowded despite the changes they've made. A wide shot reflects off the glass, and it's back into play for Boston. As McSorley now takes the puck out to Luke, then Dino. Lost to the corner. As Thelvin recovers it. 51, trying to move up the center. Gretzky getting in his way, trying to get a puck off, and breaks away. Back to Dino. Number 26. Takes a distance shot. Lemelin almost didn't see it. Reacted at the last minute. Looks like maybe he was screened for half a second. Couldn't get a good look at it, but managed to react in time to stop that. Could easily be 3 goals for the Kings right now. Feast or famine for Boston here. Either they're making brilliant saves or they're absolutely getting smashed. Their vaunted defense being stretched to the limit against the Kings' first line, proving themselves to be a premier offense in the NHL this year, as Tonelli is trying to move the puck forward to Nichols, but Boston breaks it up. 16's losing the puck, the Kings playing with a lot more pressure than they've been showing earlier in the season. A more physical game. As there's a line change from the Kings, Boston has plenty of room to run. Gretzky and Dino back out there, one of the most dangerous duos in the NHL, as Luke Robitaille has the puck, loses it. And Deanon moving it up to his offense quickly. Unselfish players here on the Kings. Always passing the puck forward, always looking for the open man. Plenty of great goal scorers. A nice save by Lemelin. And slashing by Luke. He gets called by that. Not sure if I agree with that one, but probably from the ref's angle looked rougher than it was. Luke, a pretty clean, smart player here. Gets called for it, 4-on-4. Gretzky trying to intercept the puck, staying up. Comes off the line. Dino comes back in. As they are trying to look for a better opportunity to open this field up. Boston playing very tightly. And now have 30 seconds left of a power play. As Luke is on the side. Moving up, lots of white jerseys surrounding the goalie, bounces off the top of the bar, and McSorley with a cross check absolutely hammers the Boston player, knocking him over completely, and that's an easy call for the refs. As Nichols tries to bounce that in, doesn't get anything off of it, but Lemelin needs to stay ready, putting him through his paces here at the Forum. And there's a trip by Deanon. When in doubt, trip him out seems to be what the Kings do here. They'd rather face a power play than just give up a straight goal, and Boston looked dangerously wide open there as Deanon just throws his stick out. 2 minutes left. Ray Borque can't do anything. As Gretzky jumps a little early. Great play. A pass back and a shot. Wanted to do it again here, but Boston breaks it up. It's 0-2 against this vaunted defense. Gretzky trying to move to the center. That stopped. 45 seconds. McSorley backing up. And there's a trip by Kostelek. Every Boston player throwing their stick at Gretzky. You can't blame him for it. but that's an easy call. Dino has the puck. Gretzky trying to move around. Broken up, and another high stick from Hines. Both teams taking shots at each other. It's a rough game out there. Refs are trying to call a tight game before things get way too out of hand. It's physical out here. Boston likes to play a physical game. As Dino's once again struggling to know where he's supposed to be. A lot of struggling defense from Boston right now. Language barrier is a minor issue here for the Kings. Everyone can speak English well. They're more comfortable in other languages as 15 just out of nowhere. Hammers it. Taps his stick on the ice. The pass made immediately as Contes gets his first goal of the season. Fires it straight between Lemelin's legs. He barely moved, and that's an easy goal for the Kings as Boston is playing a sloppy, disappointing game. Boston's head coach pacing behind the bench, yelling at a couple of his defensemen right now, not making any eye contact. As Boston sorely disappointed with the kind of game they're playing. You don't usually see this from that franchise. A sloppy game. And even though the Kings have lots of penalties, they certainly haven't been punished for it, as Gretzky once again and Luke, a common name combination, driving it up. Boston gets another breakup of the play here. It's 3-0. Boston makes a line change, but Luke and Gretzky are not waiting for anyone as they quickly, once again, move it up the ice. Tonelli comes on. Dino taking a quick moment, looking over the whiteboard with his coach. As Tonelli recovers that, hands it to Nichols. Kings have slowly been adding depth to their offense in the early parts of this season. As 3 makes another great shot. And Boston, Dino with a trip. Throws his stick out there. If he can't get offense, he might as well get a couple fouls in. Dino is more than happy to do that. A premier offensive player, a premier shooter, but also a premier fouler. As Tonelli has the puck, moving it up. Boston has him surrounded. Tries to move around, but Kennedy with another trip. The Kings not afraid to hammer Boston. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct from Ray Borque as he grabs the stick away from Kennedy and tries to hit him with his own hockey stick. Ray Borque losing his cool. Boston is absolutely tilted. There's still offense coming from the Kings. Boston has a power play, but you couldn't tell if you just were looking at the goalie net of Boston being swarmed right now. It's a 5v4. You can barely feel the presence of any of these defensemen. As Dino has the puck, Gretzky trying to move into a better position. But Boston finally breaks something up. It's a 4v4 for 10 seconds. Way too dangerous for Boston. As 77 now is trying to get something open. McSorley just goes straight to the crease and intercepts it easily. Great play and anticipation from McSorley. People like to dismiss McSorley as a pure bruiser, and he is a meat-headed maniac, but he is a very, very smart player. He has natural instincts for the game and where to be as Gretzky face-offs against Lindsman, and there's another shot from 3. A play that the Kings have run multiple times this game and have done it with great effect. Only 9 minutes left in this second period as Gretzky gets the pass from Crossman but loses it. Delvin loses it over the boards, and it's another face-off again for the Kings. Nichols facing off against Casper. And he goes off early. As number 2, again, the Kings making the same play. A quick pass back to the man waiting by the blue line. Lemelin stopping those for now, but he's led more than a few easier shots into the net. Quantity over quality right now is the name of the game of the Kings as Nichols faces off against 51. Cliff Ronning already has a goal. Looking to help his team score some more. Kings not letting up off the gas. They've unfortunately given up a lot of goals quickly with bigger leads than this. So they will not be slowing down as Nichols and Tonelli trying to get something going. That stopped. Ronning moving up the line. He's a dangerous shooter. Passes it to Tonelli. That's broken up as Boston swarms the center. It's where the Kings have gotten most of their goals. Boston trying to control the center lane as Grattan and... Oh, and there's another shot from number 2 now. Once again, the Kings with long shots from the blue line. And 15 is waiting right there with the deflection. Lemelin does not have any time as Chris Contis again has another goal. Lemelin simply cannot reset quick enough to deflect all these shots. The Kings dominating the shooting percentage right now. Feels like it's been 10 minutes since Boston's taken a shot on their goal. And there's a goal for Boston as Rick lands. Gets a pass and fires a soft one to Healy. Went over his shoulder. He lifted his arm up, but it just slipped over his right shoulder and goes into the net. A problem that has plagued the Kings this year is letting opponents who are out of this game back in it, still up 3 goals. But sometimes you feel like you've seen this movie before as Gretzky's trying to play some defense and intercept the puck here, hoping to get a breakaway. Another shot against Healy. Healy taking a couple more. He's woken up now. As he gets a quick drink of water, and there's another face-off. Ronning and Casper. Ronning taking the puck here, probably the most dangerous offensive player on the ice for the Kings right now. It's a lot of quick passes trying to catch Boston off guard. Boston mostly ignoring the position of the Kings right now. They're playing the puck more than the man itself. Has not been overly effective this game, as the refs are trying to keep this game under control and breaking into a full-out brawl. Kings are not afraid to get a suspension. Neither is Boston. As Luke passes it to Dino. Dino takes another great shot. And Lemelin with a great save. Gretzky, Dino, and Luke looking for another last final push here. Gretzky to Dino. Dino again getting the puck. Gretzky trying to maneuver, get himself open. McSorley takes a shot, passes it over to 26. And there's another goal. As Lemelin dives, but overcommits. And Krushelensky absolutely punishes Lemelin. Nothing he could do about it. He was already down on the ice. His Boston teammates just watching him. As you have to question where his defense is right now. Dino a bit lost. We have a big lead. No, we don't need to go crazy with the shooting right now, but let's not soften up too much. That's punished us badly in the past. As we have to wonder, is Lemelin still in the net? Not exactly sure. We'll find out. Looks like he is. Boston's head coach sticking with his man. As Boston's game plan in utter disarray. But give all credit to the Kings. They are playing an absolutely brilliant game. As Nevin Marquardt gets unsportsmanlike conduct again, drops his stick and just starts shoving the Kings player. Refs quickly break it up before it escalates anymore. As Luke Robital passes it to Dino, and Dino takes an easy shot again. Lemerlin just getting murdered here. Still staying in the net. 1,000-mile stare from Lemelin. As Gretzky once again moves up. The first line still out here, still pushing as hard as they ever have for another goal. It's 6-1. Kings are up, moving into this final period. Boston fans quietly going to the concession stand. Not seeing much from their team tonight. You have to wonder if the harsh travel schedule for Boston is getting to them. They're playing like they're jet lagged. Doesn't look like they've got much sleep. As Gretzky's trying to get in there. Puts his stick out. And Kennedy recovers it. Passes it up to 11. And 18 and 11. Finally get it broken up. McSorley passes it to 11. In the perfect spot to stop that puck before it goes too far downfield. As the Kings take more shots. Lemelin looking exhausted. As Gretzky and Sweeney go again. Gretzky dangerously close. Boston playing much further back. Trying to put more bodies, but it means nothing. As once again, Gretzky with a perfect wrist shot right into the corner. With an assist from Luke and Dino. And at this point, you have to wonder if the Boston head coach is going to make any adjustments here. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. As the Kings with another goal. Doug Crossman. And this is getting sad as Lemelin is finally pulled and goes straight to the locker room. Doesn't even look at his coach as he breaks his stick over the Boston bench. A lot of frustration tonight for Boston's goalie. Certainly a great respected player in this league, but he just hasn't had it tonight. Getting not much help from his defense here. And the vaunted Boston defense, who was crushed 2 games against Hartford, is getting absolutely embarrassed by the Kings tonight at the Forum. And another goal. Nichols against Moog. And no one is in position anywhere. Doesn't look like anyone is marked. The Kings are just absolutely laughing. They can't believe it. As Gretzky once again has the puck. Kings taking their time changing their lines. And there's only 10 minutes left in this absolute laugher of 9-1. Boston fans already making their way out of the Forum. Traffic is not going to be a problem for the Bruins fans tonight. As the Kings fans are absolutely thrilled. This team is on a roll. Boston completely reeling. As Nichols is getting up in front center, another shot. Moog finally makes a save. 3 of those shots were goals tonight. As it looks like the Kings are having a schoolyard kind of game out here. And Ray Borque gets hooking. Ray Borque trying to hold this team together. Very respected player in this league. But the Kings have been running circles around him. And the third and fourth line of the Kings have been producing goals. And you see just how dangerous this offense is. As once again, Gretzky takes another shot, goes right between the skates of Moog. Almost looks like Boston's moving in slow motion. It's 10-1. They want to get out of here. Boston head coach might ask for the puck to bury it. As Gretzky once again moving up center. 5 minutes left. But it doesn't take more than 10 seconds for the Kings to score. As we have an absolute blowout at the Forum tonight. Kings fans cheering, holding up signs in Italian, cheering for Dino, French signs for Luke, signs in English for Gretzky. It's an international assault here against Boston. Rarely are they embarrassed this badly. Boston, one of the premier franchises of this league, a great roster this year, supposed to be a strong defense, absolutely annihilated tonight. As even some of the Kings fans slowly working their way to the parking lot, people from the upper stands moving down to the front. Cheers are increasing as Kings fans are absolutely thrilled at this total decimation of the Bruins as Nichols is staying up front and center. Kings just holding the puck here. They're having fun, laughing, handshakes, and high fives from the Kings all around as Boston leaves the Forum as fast as any team has ever left this arena. And Carter, Moog, and Lemelin all had absolutely despicable games. Tonelli is the first star with 4 assists, McSorley 3 assists, Crossman with a goal and 2 assists, and Lemelin with only a 29 rating, Moog with a 39 rating, and both of Boston's goalies combined still didn't add up to what Healy did tonight. It wasn't much, but it was enough. As the Kings take 44 shots, 10 of them for goals. Tonelli with an absolutely perfect rating. Gretzky played brilliantly, and McSorley had a brilliant game. And you saw Boston just got worn out fast. As Boston's defense is overwhelmed and knocked over. An absolutely crushing game, as it looks like Duchesne is ready to start practice. And let's see where the standings are. As Mo Mantha gets suspended. And let's look at the standings here as to where we're at. Standings. As the Kings are now tied for third with Vancouver. The Canucks are putting together some wins. Calgary, not defeated this season. Only a tie with the Kings is the only bad mark on their record. 3-1 Edmonton right behind them. Kings right behind 2-1-1. Canucks 2-2-1. And Winnipeg in dead last. Boston, on the other hand, with only 1 win. You have to question how this season is going to go for them. And Hartford really surprising people this year with 3 wins. Gretzky at the top of the league with 10 points. You would expect nothing less from the great one. 5 goals puts him at third. Tonelli has 6 assists, good for third. Gretzky has 5 assists. Healy already putting together 2 wins. And Healy in the top 10 with save percentage. Another great game. Is he gaining any heat? No, still ice cold. Hard to imagine why that would be the case. As this locker room is clicking. And if we look at our schedule here, for the Kings, who are we playing next? It may be a road game. We are playing Philly, Calgary, and Edmonton. Our next game will most likely be Edmonton. At Edmonton, as Canada's favored son returns home, this time not as a hero, but as a villain. Folks, thanks for coming out to the forum tonight, and we'll see you next time.